Welcome back to another episode of Minimum Rage. We are all here from different cities right now. This is a podcast about two 20-something-year-olds raging on about our past minimum wage jobs. Today we have special guests Nikki and Bri from Late to the Party podcast. Hello.
Hey.
Hi guys. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Thank you guys so much for having us on.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, for some background, you guys host a podcast on the Hurrdat Media Network, and I'm your producer for I think it's been 10 months, which sounds crazy. We're about to celebrate a year. Do you guys want to kind of briefly talk about what your podcast is about so we get some background?
Yeah. So, we're Late to the Party with Nikki and Bri. We talk about film and fashion and pop culture, basically anything in that realm that shaped us into the weirdos that we are. So lots of nostalgia, lots of girly things.
Yeah.
Speaking of girly things, I have to ask if anyone has listened to the Taylor Swift album.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm excited for that episode.
Yeah. Are there any tracks that you really like?
But Daddy, I Love Him. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Oh, you haven't.
I haven't listened.
That's fine. I mean, I don't know if
I did see Grace. You had a listening party though. That's
I did.
Oh,
you had a listening party?
Yeah, a couple girlfriends, we met up at someone's house and listened to it and had to have the lyrics up on the TV, debrief as much as we could. It felt like it was giving Socratic Circle vibes. And it was so stupid. Anyway.
That's so funny.
Anyways, I kind of felt like I was on a Late to the Party podcast, just debriefing what the words meant.
If only you guys got to see us last night with our listening party, which we listened to all 31 songs and we thought we were going to have a rager with Cosmos, and we were just slumped over in our chair, just
yeah, it's sleepy time music, which isn't a bad thing, but it's chill music.
It's a slow album I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Bangers.
You're not going to twerk to it. You might slow twerk.
Yeah, but anyways, usually how we like to start our episodes is asking what your very first jobs were. So, would you please share?
Well, my very first job was at this upscale boutique. It was actually a great job, and it's probably the best job I've had. But yeah. It was just for a local kind of business. I don't know.
Did you have to upsell or I don't know. I feel like those boutiques, they that's the whole thing is you work there, but you need to sell people a whole outfit.
I mean, somewhat. There was a bit of that, but it was it was owned by this older lady, and I think she was just living her best life, and it was more a hobby for her, so it wasn't that high stakes. Yeah.
My first job out of college, I was actually a working actor. So
really? Hello. Okay, flags.
Yeah. But yeah, no, right out of college, because I, majored in theater, and so I got my equity card and I started doing professional theater and then morphed into commercial work. But during that time, I also worked a lot of temp jobs. So
right, sure. What was the worst temp job during that time?
Oh, okay. So, me right out of college, I'm an actor. I don't know anything about anything. They stick me in this room with no windows. It looked like a prison, doing logistics for freight trucks that distribute peanuts to Walmart.
Okay.
So I basically came in, fucked everything up logistically for this company, and was like, peace out, guys.
That's the way to do it, honestly. That
sounds so random.
That's so niche. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Can I ask what commercials did you do? What kind of, or what theater were you participating in?
Yeah. Well, I worked for a stage company in Virginia, and then commercial work. A lot of what I did was law firm commercials.
Oh, sick.
Lots of law firm commercials. So I'd be like, yeah, I hurt my leg and I sued Celino and Barnes, I went to them.
Are these commercials accessible? Is that even a word? Like,
Can we find them?
They'd be
are
on
they on
TV
YouTube?
sometimes too.
People have said yes. A lot of regional commercials, but yeah, no. Apparently, a car commercial I did was on one of the football games.
Oh,
So
It was
That's
like
cool.
recent too.
yeah, I was like getting
Do you get
calls and
residuals
texts.
off of that? Sorry, if you don't have to answer that. But I don't know how that works.
Not anymore. We're not in the heydays of commercial work, so yeah. No, it's one flat sum, but here's hoping one day I'll get like a CarMax and get some residuals.
And then you said the company was out of Virginia. Are you from Virginia?
Originally, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Same. I was born there. That's cool.
Where?
I was born in Newport News.
That's
We're
not
from
far.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Small world.
Yes.
are those cities near the water at all?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember going to Virginia Beach pretty often because we were just like, it was down the street. Felt like
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
I missed that.
Where are you located now?
I'm in I live in Lincoln, which is like 45 minutes from Omaha, Nebraska.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jocelyn has lived all over the US.
Ooh.
Lucky.
I miss Virginia though. Virginia was my favorite.
Yeah. Have you guys been primarily on the East Coast
Yeah.
Only.
Only the East Coast.
only? Okay. For your acting jobs, did you get opportunities to travel?
Definitely, but East Coast. So like New York down to like South Carolina was kind of the region. But I did a lot of commercials for like law firms or whatever in Seattle or LA.
Well, okay.
It's basically like you do the work, you're on set, and then you forget it. I black out.
Yeah.
How many days does a typical commercial take? Is it like a 1-day thing?
Like 1 to 4 days.
Oh, wow. Okay. And are you able to build relationships during those times? Do you build like friendships, or is it just like I'm here to work
And then
or
go.
see you again? Yeah.
Sometimes it goes like that. Sometimes you like meet friends that like there's people that I still talk to that I did like a random Busch Gardens commercial with. And we
I
forget
love
how we
Busch
knew each other.
Gardens. You did a Busch Gardens commercial? Sorry, I'm fangirling. No. That's so cool.
So you're still working actor, right?
I am. It's been harder since we moved to the Outer Banks. So, we focused a little more on the podcast.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, speaking of the Outer Banks, I'm currently binging that show on Netflix. Jocelyn,
my
you've
gosh.
seen it, right?
I have seen it, but I watched it like right as COVID hit in like 2020. So I don't remember I just remember Madeline Klein because I had the biggest crush on her. But that's that's it.
Have you seen her L'Oreal commercials? She's looking gorge.
No, I have not. I should check those out.
So like the Outer Banks, that's like an island, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so have you ever had jobs that have to do with the water? Like, have you ever worked on a boat?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Well, have you?
I'm trying to think. No, I
Lake
haven't.
Okay.
I mean,
so
that's a fantasy, but no.
right? Okay, maybe I'm just like totally stereotyping the show or anything, but I was just curious about that.
No, a lot of people do. Like a lot of people are like fishermen or do boat things.
I should have wore. Actually have an Outer Banks T-shirt. Oh, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just kidding. No, but I was like, now I'm here. I'm like, I should have worn it to represent. But
That's okay.
That's
I mean,
okay.
I've always wanted to live somewhere with large bodies of water, but we're in the middle of the country, so that we have like man-made lakes.
yeah,
Oh,
kind of
gotcha.
depressing.
Yeah, that's it. But Bri, I also heard that you were a barista.
Yes, I am. I am currently a barista at a local coffee shop, and before that, I worked at a Starbucks. So that was interesting.
What's better, like bigger corporate or smaller?
Well, it depends, but I think smaller's probably better, just because it's like a little less pressure. Because corporate, like I think they can kind of be more out of touch with the people, You know what I mean? Like, I just
Mhm.
remember when I worked at Starbucks, like, I worked at one that had a drive-through, and they wanted you to get, no matter how many items were in an order, you would have to get it out in 45 seconds or less. So
Oh.
from the time that someone puts an order in, it could be like 10 drinks or something too, and they want it out like in less than a minute. So it'd be like really unrealistic expectations.
Mhm.
So I feel like that layer of stress is gone now that I'm in like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like smaller businesses, there's more of a community.
They care. I feel like they care more about like building the relationship with the customer, whereas like instead of just like having those drive times, like I only know because like I worked as a barista for like a local shop for like 2 months, and then I quit because being a barista I can't handle it. I'm like being a bartender, I'm like I could handle, but a barista it's like the anxiety, the fast paced moving. I don't know like what kind of like how many people are coming through your shop at once, but it's a
Yeah.
lot. It's
Wait, like a bartender's not like that?
Okay, well, okay, maybe I'm using the word bartender loosely. Like I used to work at like a craft brewery. So it was like you're
Oh,
literally just pulling tap handles and that's it.
I gotcha.
But like
Not like
still,
doing the crazy shaking or
oh my gosh, my first like bartending job was a cocktail bar and I was like I can't do this. I'm not built for this.
that's like my dream though.
Really? You know
I
what?
just think it looks cool.
I think I could see that for you. If you're killing the barista game, just step into the cocktail life for a little bit. I think you got it.
Nightlife.
I might.
Coyote Ugly style.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes.
Wait, what is that?
Get on the bar tops.
You've never seen Coyote Ugly?
No.
Oh, you gotta
Is it a
see it.
show?
It's wild. It's a movie about this girl who's a singer, and I think we did an episode on it a
Yeah.
while, like maybe a little over a year ago,
Yeah.
and
And she can't fight the moonlight.
I was literally
And
like, are we gonna sing it together or are we gonna Oh my gosh,
yeah.
that's
which,
the
if
song.
you've never seen that movie, that like does not make any sense, I'm sure.
Is she just
But-
like a bartender who just loves the grind? That's what it sounds
In
like.
a way. It's like the bar she works at specifically, like they dance on top of the bar. It's like part of the act, I guess. Like I don't know. It
Yeah.
doesn't make a lot of sense really if you think about it, because I don't know any real life bars where people get up and dance like
One of
that.
my
It's very
regulars
rowdy.
told me that movie and like showed me that scene and I just was like, are you expecting this here? Because that's not gonna happen. Like, what are you trying to get from this?
Yeah.
That's my fantasy. Like, if I ever work at a bar and I can't wear leather pants and hop on and start to dance, I don't want it.
No, quit. Walk out.
Yes.
Have you ever gotten like a really bad tip?
I mean, I feel like at Starbucks the tips were like lacking a bit, or because you have to split it with so many people. So that's one perk, I guess, where I work now. Yeah.
What are your views on splitting tips or like keeping your own, earning your own?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it would depend on the job too, because I don't know. I've only ever baristed, and I don't know how you wouldn't split tips with that. But there have been times where, like, I remember specifically at Starbucks, someone handed me a $20 bill, and they're like, "This is just for you." But because of like corporate policy, I wasn't really supposed to take it, and I had to put it in the tip jar to share. But there was a part of me that was like, maybe I should have kept this. Like,
Just
fuck
yeah.
that. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
like, is that morally? I don't know. I had a whole like moral like situation in my mind. I was like, I don't know what to do, so I just put it in the tip jar. But then I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, should I have just like? But there's like security cameras and people are. I don't know. They're like really
Or-
intense about it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time where I was at Home Goods. That's a retail store, and
Oh,
the
we love
older
Home
lady,
Goods.
Yeah.
I think she gave me like a 10 and said, "This is, just for helping out." And like
Uh-huh.
retail, you don't do tips, like you don't
You
share
don't.
tips. So I was like, "Oh well, like no, it's okay, you have it." But she like insisted, so I was like, "All right, fine." So I took it, and I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, "Do I keep this?" Because no one else helped me bag all this stuff. So
Wow.
I don't remember what happened with that. I think I probably ended up keeping it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
If someone hands you money, that just
You didn't see it.
yeah. What money? I feel like the times where it's like I've had to do tip pool because I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, for baristas it's just like an even split between everyone, right?
I think mostly. I don't know. Where I work now, it's a little different, and they kind
Yeah.
of split it up by seniority.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Which is
yeah.
totally fair.
It's working for
and-
me.
Oh yeah, no, if it's working for yes. I worked at places where it was like based on like the busy hours, like because it would be like we would tip pool through a normal day, but then we'd get slammed early in the day, and then having to split it with someone who worked maybe like more of a dead shift, so like depending on like
Yeah.
the hours you worked and when. And I was like, I felt like that was kind of like fair, but yeah, also seniority, that's rock on. That's good too.
But what if like some of the higher ups, they don't do as much work?
Good question.
Yeah. Well, not where I work. It's a little understaffed still. So, but yeah, that I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
It still sounds like the same. It's pretty much the same thing though, just based on like how much work you're doing. You're getting that tip out to match that.
Yeah. It's a little more fair, I think.
That's good.
Yeah.
Bri, do you like making coffees outside of work, like for friends?
Yes. Yes. Actually, recently I invited Nick over because I bought a really cheap espresso machine from Target. It was only $99.
That's good. Yeah,
But yeah, I mean it's working.
that's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like mixing. Like I like to think of myself as a little mixologist in training. Just
What's your favorite drink?
I don't know. Like maybe a lavender latte right now.
Classic.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Comes and goes.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself ever going off on your own in terms of coffee?
No.
Small business?
The quickest no. She's like, I've seen the horror thing of this.
I want to be the person eventually who just goes in and gets the coffee. Like I think I'm at the point where I've made coffee for so long. I just want someone else to make me a coffee, or I just want to make it at home for myself. And like
that
Yeah.
makes total sense. There was a podcast I produce, and she interviews local business people, and one of them was the owner of Zen Coffee, which Jocelyn, you probably know what that is.
Oh, I love Zen. Yeah.
Zen thing. And she was saying all of the things that go into making coffee and having bakeries on the side, and it sounds like so much work.
I'm like, how are they making money? Like literally, I'm just like the amount
You
of
have
stuff
to like pay rent for your establishment, and then if you have a liquor license, you have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't blame you for not wanting to do small business.
Yeah. Not like that. I mean I do photography, so I'm trying to maybe
Oh,
that would be
nice.
something I'd like to do. Not
Wait,
I just
talk about that.
it's a work in progress.
What kind of photography do you do?
Like mostly portraits, I would say. Yeah, just here and there, you know.
Okay.
It hasn't
Like
taken off yet. Just
like senior photos that
yeah, like whoever needs them, you know. I'll just put myself out there.
that's really cool. I know a lot of people who have made photography their full-time thing.
Yeah. It's very lucrative. I feel like, yeah.
I mean, everyone wants their picture taken. What kind of equipment do you use for that?
I use like a Sony DSLR right now. It's from like 2006 though. I found it at a thrift shop.
Oh, sick. Thrift shop cameras are, yeah.
It's been my best camera so far, to be honest. So
Really?
That's
interesting.
It's a 2006.
Apparently, yeah. I know I had to reset it because I got a new card for it, and it was like set the date, and it would like immediately goes to 2006. I'm like, wow, this camera's old, but it works awesome.
That's cool.
You would never think. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people don't realize that photography is more of the person taking the picture than the equipment. And that's like all the validation I need to not buy an expensive camera, because I like taking photos too. But yeah, that's good to know that a 2006 camera can do just as well as a 2024 camera.
You can. They say the best camera is the one in your hand. So, you know,
word my heart.
Any camera will really do. No, I studied photography. Like that was my major.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I have a BFA. So it's like what I want. I don't know. It's just a hard thing to break into, and it's expensive too to, you know.
It is. That's like I feel like the most thing like any hobby, it's like the initial investment, and then you're like, am I gonna like this enough to like keep doing it to like see the money come back? But yeah, that's awesome. What did you go to school for, Nikki?
I have my BA in theater and dance.
Oh yeah, you said that. You said that. My bad.
And Nikki can drop it low.
Hello.
What type of dance is your
Yeah.
specialty?
Oh, that's funny. It's just the theater and dance major. I did not dance. Like,
Oh, okay.
I did theater. I was a theater girly. I did some ballet, but no, I cannot drop it low.
Okay.
I think you can a little.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. That's right. So what type of courses do you take for a dance theater?
Yeah. So like where I went to school, we didn't have like a BFA for it. I was a theater major with a performance emphasis, which is just like an acting major. But I had to take as, like the little, like, what are those called?
Like
Elective?
yeah.
Yeah, it had to circle all around the arts. So I had to take dance electives. So I got to, just like my temp jobs, I got to pop in and do some ballet
for a little
do
bit,
some
and
jazz, and then see you later.
Those are good.
Did you have to invest in all the dance shoes just for those few classes?
Definitely. I still have instead of bodysuits, I still have my leotards that I just bust out and wear with jeans now.
Yes.
So.
That's so smart, actually.
It's really smart. I feel like they snatch you more.
Yeah.
Like yes. Skims who? All you need is the Pizio.
I think that's way more fun and also like worth it instead of just buying textbooks for a class that you're never going to look at again. To buy like dance shoes, I don't know, leotard. Yeah. I mean, I stopped dancing in like freshman year of high school.
I didn't mean dance, Grace.
I did for like 10 years. But
did you do ballet or?
I did ballet, tap, jazz, and hip hop.
Ooh, but hip hop.
You can drop it low is what we're finding out.
Yeah. But so I held on to my shoes for no reason, but then I was like, let's bust them out, and they still fit. And sometimes I'd be doing pirouettes in the kitchen. I'm like, damn, these shoes are a good investment, because dance is such an expensive hobby.
Yeah,
you can probably imagine. But anyways, dance.
All of my dance knowledge comes from dance moms. It's literally the extent that I know, and how they talk about the costumes and all that. Yeah, that's all I know.
It's insane.
Yeah. Do you think Abby Lee Miller would have approved of your, how do you say it? Pirouettes? How do you say it?
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
It's when you like twirl on the foot.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably not. She would not.
All right.
If you guys didn't know, Abby Lee Miller has a show on the network.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's my Princess Diana, and I'll say that till I die. I love that woman. She can yell at me whenever.
I know. I feel like she would just yell at me. I feel like that one clip of her yelling at JoJo.
Yes.
That would be me.
Have you learned nothing?
I need that like around my apartment. Like I need that like to be yelled at like do your dishes, but just like Abby Lee Miller.
Do you have an Alexa or like a Google thing?
No. Will it yell at me?
I feel like there's a way that you can program it.
Probably,
or just as like an alarm clock.
Or I don't know why it's making me think of that it's like Waze or something that like it's like
yes,
you can set it. Yes. I don't know how much
Abby Lee Miller.
Yeah, just doing it. Just telling you, turn around.
Or like that Calm app where like Cillian Murphy or Harry Styles can lull you to sleep. Just have Abby Lee Miller yell at you to do dishes.
Like, oh my God. Do you mind if I put on some white noise? And it's like Abby Miller.
White noise is just her yelling. That's great.
It soothes me.
That's awesome.
Are there any reality TV shows that you guys would want to be on?
That's a good question.
Man, that's a great question. Yeah.
I know my answer.
Is it Jersey Shore? No.
Speaking of people on the Hurrdat network, I've seen Angelina.
She is on the network, yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Would you want to do Jersey Shore like today or back in the early 2000s?
Probably
Like
back.
unhinged
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
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 I feel like the club bangers at the time would have hit different, you know?
Yeah.
I'd be there with Vinny, just like
Yeah.
opening the door and like
Just
pounding the.
Yes.
Fist pump.
Yes.
That's so sick.
So
That's
there are a lot of jobs that go into producing reality TV shows and other shows too. What kind of role would you guys want to be in if you could? Because that's your niche, you know, TV
Yeah.
and film. Like, would you want to do like a PA, director, screenwriter? What do you think fits you guys most?
Oh, not starring? No, I'm just kidding.
They don't even
After
catch
too.
Um, no, I don't know.
For you, I could see set designer if that counts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be fun. I could see you directing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just
Telling people what to
bossing
do. Just
people
be like Abby Lee
around.
Miller. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'd like to direct. That's the big dream.
Did you get to do any of that while at school?
I did.
Really? What did you direct?
It wasn't a lot. I did some short films with the film department in college, and my big final like directing class, like production, I directed an adaptation of Macbeth with Bri as my star.
It was a lot of fun.
But circling back to Dance Moms in a weird way, my version of Macbeth was actually like interpretive dance, like in the Ryan Heffington style, like what Sia was doing at the time with Maddie Ziegler.
Yeah.
So I choreographed a dance and directed like a dance for my version of Macbeth.
Yeah. We like I remember rehearsing with you for like hours and just like
Yeah.
It was a little intense, but in like the best
took
way.
it like I was Martin Scorsese and this was my stamp.
I mean, you said that was your big project, but like how much time goes into like developing a choreography for something like that?
A couple weeks. Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Did you get to have a big grand showing for all of your projects?
We did. And then it was not a disaster, but the music skipped and I leapt out of my chair and ran to the booth like a full deranged person.
No, that's so scary.
Yeah. And by the time I leapt over there, it was just a blip in time. But yeah, I went feral.
You have to, like, especially if you pour like your heart and soul into something, and then like when it's like time, and then it like something messes up, it's like the world's ending. So that's valid.
Oh my god! And when I was in senior year of high school, our orchestra final was a big group of us. We did a music video, and it was so bad. So you know the song S&M by Rihanna?
Yes.
That's a
We took
banger.
that song, super inappropriate, and we made it the lyrics to be like orchestra. It's so stupid. It's on YouTube if you want to
Oh my god, I love this.
but it
Roll
was
the clip.
oh my god, no. It's like it was so bad, but it was like all of us messing around for like the last 2 weeks of school. Like senioritis is kicking in, and we like took the full first week, did nothing. And then the last week we're like, all right, let's bang this out. It's so silly, like so inappropriate. I don't know how we got away with that. But like doing the grand showing at the end of the year, it was like so bad but so funny.
That's a Grace deep cut. I am going to do some research.
Let me just put the link in the bio.
Please.
Yes.
But anyways,
Awesome.
What did your teacher think? Like, were they like?
that was hilarious. She has a cameo in it, and
Oh, sweet.
so does Fred, the security guard. He's at the very end, so it's like so silly. But that's like the type of stuff that if I could do that the rest of my life, just make super bad music videos.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's like I've wanted to start like sketch comedy groups just based on the premise of like silly songs and just making like goofy music videos for them because that's just really fun.
Are there any films where like characters have different jobs that you like?
You mean like multiple jobs or like
Just like in general, like characters with odd jobs.
like odd jobs?
I mean, the ultimate fantasy is Andy Sachs in Devil Wears Prada. Just Miranda Priestley's assistant. You haven't seen Devil Wears Prada?
No, I'm so bad with movies. I really am bad. I know that that's one I have to watch.
Or like a Jenna Rink. Jenna Rink in 13 going on 30.
Like the magazine jobs, you know, like
Yeah, in the big city.
being a creative editor or something.
Specifically for a magazine, which I know doesn't really exist anymore.
Yeah.
But like I can dream.
Especially a fashion mag.
Yeah. I think of, have you seen Waitress? The musical / okay. Well, she's just like making pies at night. Like I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Just make pies and for a small diner. And
fun.
Right? And like kind of be my own boss.
So do you like bake then? Like just for funsies?
For funsies, yeah. I'm like not a professional at all. But that just is like my happy place. Or like, you know, Kristen Wiig and Bridesmaids.
Yep.
I was thinking that too.
Okay. Yeah. That is my dream. Jocelyn, do you have a TV movie job?
I like just like okay. Like a job that I've seen. I don't know. I'm blanking really hard on it. I'm like I have no idea. I also am realizing maybe I should watch more movies. I'm like I do not watch all my movies are like they're like I watch like indie movies. It's like just a lead female role and she's upset. That's like everything. It's like half the time you don't know if she even has a job.
Gosh.
Well, both the Bridesmaids and Waitress, they're doing that too. They just also have a job.
Oh my gosh. I watched Bridesmaids not too long ago and that movie is really good. Another one where I was like, why haven't I seen this yet? Just silly.
Such a good show. Have you seen the Target commercials with Kristen Wiig?
Yeah.
All over YouTube. Oh,
I love it.
It's like it brightens my day. Do you know what Target Lady is, Jocelyn?
No.
Okay, it's an SNL character of Kristen Wiig, iconic, and she's been doing it since like the early 2000s. And then now she just started doing all these Target commercials and is like finally getting her Target bag.
Yes. That's awesome.
Deserving of. Anyways, I feel like if you saw it on YouTube and you didn't know who she was, you'd be so confused. So annoyed, but like you gotta be in to know.
You gotta know the her story.
Yes.
My notes app is growing with things that I have to watch after this. At the top of the list, though, is of course Grace's music video from high school. So
100%.
My priorities straight.
Have you guys seen MacGruber, the movie?
Yeah.
I really want like a MacGruber, but it's Kristen Wiig as the Target lady. Like the Target lady in the style of MacGruber. That's my dream. Just like have a feature-length film of her awesome. Just like getting ready for Target.
And then she's in the MacGruber universe.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, they did do a reboot. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
MacGruber
Is it Will Forte?
Uh-huh. And Kristen Wiig. Yeah. I think it was like maybe COVID time when that came out. It's so bad. But
no.
The whole thing. But that it's like supposed to be bad.
Well, my prayers have been answered. Never mind.
Any other fun jobs, maybe as like teenagers, that you wanted to share?
I've done retail. I've never like been a waitress or anything, but I've done retail.
Mm-hmm.
That's always crazy.
Yeah.
Was it local like Breeze or was it like corporate retail?
It was corporate retail.
Do you feel comfortable naming the business?
It was J.Crew.
Okay, fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
That's like higher up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like lived and breathed it. It was like right before COVID, and we worked like we were on commission.
Yeah.
And it was a competition, but we did not get paid. Like we weren't getting paid commission.
Yes.
But it was like cutthroat, and we like took it. We were like, we had like a workhorse manager who was lovely, but like a monster. And we were just all like, just giving our all every day. It was intense. And then COVID happened and crickets.
At a store like that, do you have to wear do you have to wear the j.crew clothes?
No, but it does help. Like I really did take being like a retail salesperson to heart. So I'd be like, actually, I am wearing j.crew right now, but I'd be like, oh, I'm wearing the denim jacket. It's amazing. You should too. Like I sipped the Kool-Aid, the j.crew Kool-Aid for sure.
I've trauma dumped a lot about. I worked for Old Navy, but it's like that same mentality of like I'm not getting paid nowhere near enough to put like as much effort into this as I am, but like I'm ride or die. Like I don't know if j.crew had like a store credit card, but I had the Old Navy credit card that I was using to buy the Old Navy clothes, and I was in.
Oh yeah, no, I knew people that like I never succumbed to the credit card, but I worked with people that like that was their whole paycheck.
Wow.
Where's the clothes?
Yeah.
So j.crew did have a credit card. Did you guys have to push that?
I was great at it, not to flex.
I can see it.
Did it only worked at j.crew though? It didn't work at any other.
And it didn't work with any of the sister companies either.
Really?
That's weird.
That is weird. I feel like that'd be a hard card to sell.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe like, I don't know, the rich customers would do that.
More not poor, but like there were ways.
Yeah, because the discount. And so people will probably like get it for the discount. Yeah.
Well, and like, then you'd be like, you can pay it all off right now.
True, and then close the card.
Yep.
Terrible fees on those cards though.
Oh yeah, I sold you a credit card.
Yeah, you did. And those fees built up. No, it wasn't your fault. I mean, I was trying to get the deals. Yeah, well, it made sense because at the time, like, I just go in there and I'd visit Nick on her, like, when I was on my breaks or something, and I'd be like, "Hey, girl," and then like, their clothes are pretty cute, and so either like I would get like a discount, or sometimes she'd put things aside and get things with her discount for me, and you know, I'd pay her later. But like, I'm like, at some point, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I could use a j.crew card, build my credit. Like, it was going so great, and then like I missed like one payment, and then they added all this like the interest that just kept building even though you pay it off and you don't realize. I don't know.
That's literally, I had to like get on the phone and close my Old Navy card because I've said this on previous episodes, but when I worked there, I wouldn't even use it for clothes. I was like racking up, like I would buy snacks from the fast lane with my credit card. And then I paid it off, but like the amount that I paid that was like actually stuff that I purchased versus like literally just interest was, I'll never do it again. It's wild.
Yeah, credit cards are tricky.
They are.
Would you said you like home goods. Do you have the TJX card?
No.
I'm
surprised you don't, Bri.
I did sign up for one the other day.
What?
Oh, you did?
But I got rejected because I knew I would get rejected, but I did it just for the deal, and I kind of played dumb. Because the lady was super nice, and she's like, "Well, I'll try it again," but I had to close my account because someone stole my information. Like a little over a year ago. I don't know if they got into my mail or what, but basically if someone steals your information, you have to like call the credit bureaus, and basically they should put your like everything on hold. So if you try to open like a new card or take out a loan, anything like that, it'll be blocked, you know, unless you authorize it, unless you call them and give them whatever code or something. So I did that because I'm like, I don't need to open another card as it is. You know, like that one time was fine, but I still got like the 10% off that day. So,
oh, really?
The perfect way to sell a card, to be honest, is if they're like, oh, you know, it won't go through, and you're like, yeah, more reason to do it and get the discount and give me credit. You know,
I'm surprised you still get the discount.
That's what Old Navy used to tell us, not to give the discount, but I like to lie. And so I would just do it anyways and give them the discount. But yeah, that's the one. I'm like, if you're going to put your credit through that or like go through any chart, you should at least still get the discount whether you're approved or not.
That's true.
Because your score, don't they like, does it go down? I don't know.
It definitely messes
when they check it,
especially if you close a card. I've heard it doesn't do well for you.
That's messed up.
I know. Well, when I was in college, I got tricked into signing up for a card at JCPenney.
Oh, wow.
JCPenney.
Yeah, one time. And I was like, okay, I was so naive. I didn't know what I was getting. And it was like for this one pair of shoes, they're like, you'll get like 25% off of this. So I was like, hell yeah. And so I started like filling out the stuff. I'm like, this is a lot of information. Why do
Yeah.
you need this? And so like it went through, and my friend was like, did you get the card? I was like, yeah, but I got a discount. So, and then I got home and I was like, yeah, that was not right. They just trick
Like,
you.
what have I done?
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
In the moment, it feels right,
Mhm.
yeah, and then you're like, fuck, I did not need
I
this.
have a credit card now.
But also on the other side, as a cashier, you need to sell them. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't care if I'm scamming this poor old lady, like, I got point on my list, so.
100%. You call me Joanne the scammer. I was like, yes. I don't know. I felt such a thrill selling a credit card. You have no idea.
Did you guys have incentives to get them out, or like rewards or anything like that?
Yeah, we would get like little cards to spend on clothes. So like free money. Like this was not paid for. This was paid for in taxes, but also in me getting credit cards. That's my wardrobe now.
That's a good thing.
That is really nice. Would you go back to j.crew?
For a survival job, yeah. I would yeah, like I'd work one day a week at a
Yeah.
j.crew or a Madewell. I love a Madewell.
Oh, you've never heard of that.
I love
Great
it.
jeans.
Yes.
It's very expensive, but very nice. Do you
Yeah.
guys online shop?
Yeah.
No, well,
I do.
sometimes for specific items, I guess.
Okay. I have a fear of online shopping for clothes because I don't know if it's gonna fit me. So
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the plus of like TikTok recently, is because like I can find an influencer who's got like a very similar body type to me, try on these clothes, and then I can go and buy. So I'm like, before I buy something, I literally go on TikTok and I'm like Halara activewear, and I type in like what I'm looking for, and like, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just promoting TikTok now. So that's like my hack to online shopping.
that is smart.
Obsessed with TikTok, so
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Would you ever become influencers?
Ooh.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I think that they're underrated or underappreciated influencers. It seems
Mhm.
like a lot of pressure, to be quite honest.
To just always have content out, like, and I bet like the amount of times like, or amount of hours that they spend like editing and then putting out something and maybe not getting like the
The
numbers
views.
that they need to like pay their bills. I don't know, but yeah, it
Seems like
does
a lot of
seem,
stress.
Yeah. At least you'd get really good sponsorships, like free PR stuff.
Yeah. Maybe it would depend on what it is too. Like if it was something you would align with, or if it's just like any product,
Yeah. Do you guys have a dream sponsorship?
Dunkin'
Better
Donuts.
help. No.
both good. I like
We'll
both
do
of
an
them.
episode on Ben Affleck, Dunkin' Donuts, BetterHelp, both sponsors for that app.
I would love
Yes.
that. If I could get Dunkin' for you guys.
Oh man.
I'm gonna dunk them forever. And I know this is like the cliche at this point, but it is very true. It's like depending on the time and day, my drink, I'll order the same thing. It will always look different. And sometimes I just need a reliable beverage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's so true.
But it is cheaper. And yeah, I like going there because it's like you can get like a gallon of iced coffee for $3.
I like the colors. The orange and pink is
It is
inviting.
cute.
It's cute.
Yes.
The sugar granules in their iced coffees, they're like crack.
Yeah.
That's literally always what I say. I always like the crack at the bottom of the cup. I take the straw and go right there. It's so
That's
good.
where it's at.
Yeah.
Maybe we should. Maybe that is the dream sponsor.
That's
We
That's
do
awesome.
run on Dunkin', so
Yeah.
Right. Maybe you need to hook up with Charlie D'Amelio if she even still does that.
I don't
we'll
know.
do some dances. We'll bust out.
We'll work on our dance moves.
There you go.
I think Charlie D'Amelio. I've seen her like commercials on everything. I think she needs money.
She's not doing well.
But yeah, I'm
Oh,
like, I
no.
think financially they're going through it.
Yeah, I think the Kardashians are going through it too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Going through it, like, it means they have just like, they can't
it's like
have
nothing.
4 yeah.
It's like nothing to them, but it would be a lot to us.
Yeah.
Like, I heard Kylie Cosmetics is going broke. It's just a
Oh.
rumor.
Makes sense.
End of an era.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
that was such a moment, and now
Oh, yeah.
Those
Did you ever
lip kits.
have Kylie? Yeah, did you have the lip kits?
nah.
No.
Oh,
You did? Jocelyn?
Were they good?
Oh, yeah. I, like, literally and I asked for them, like, when they all came out, she had, like, a big kit of, like it had, like, all of her colors, and I'm a Leo, so she had, like, the Leo color. Are you a Leo too, Nikki?
We both,
Okay.
yeah.
We're both Leos? Oh, okay. All right. That's so exciting. But she had the Leo color, and I was like, Mom, I need it. And I got it, and I was like, actually, I don't like matte lipstick. I hate matte. It dries my lips out. But I got it for the clout.
Yeah. It's understandable.
Yeah.
No,
The packaging was cute.
Yes. I mean, I remember people were like in parking lots having like drug deal style sellings of lip kits.
And now it's probably at like TJ Maxx. If you look.
It definitely is. It's like very marked down, like just looks slightly worn already.
RIP. But I love Skims. I love me
Yeah.
some Skims.
Is it worth it? I hear it's like really expensive.
It is, but I also, being a petite lady, I don't want to like roll the dice on like an Amazon dupe
True.
and then have to spend more money and time. So
That's valid.
Yeah.
That was valid.
You said that you liked TikTok. What is on your For You page right now?
I think that was
Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
And speaking of Ben Affleck in a roundabout way, Jennifer Lopez slander.
Same.
I was gonna bring it up when you said Ben Affleck because I really wanted to know your opinions on that. Is the slander valid to you? Is she
we're
from
not.
the Bronx?
Wait, are they saying she's not from the Bronx?
No,
now?
and the whole thing is like the Bronx doesn't like they're all because it's like she did this interview talking about like what she gets from like one of the corner stores, the bodegas, and everyone was reading her about that, and it was just like I don't know, and all her comments are like flooded with like just hey, it's crazy.
Well, that orange drink. What is the orange drink?
Yeah, that's funny.
Do you guys agree with the slander that she's getting, or are you on her side?
I'm on her side. No, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's probably blown out of proportion a bit. It sounds like. I don't really know all the slander, to be honest, but like, if it's, I don't know. I'm like, it's an orange drink. Like, who cares?
If you know, you know.
If you she said, yeah, just like a bag of chips. They're just going in on her. And I think it's also based off of like, there was like another influencer who like kind of in a roundabout way told a story about his interaction with her. And so I feel like she's just like, people are coming out that like J.Lo was not a nice person. So it's like, there's that foundation of what people think is true.
It's more than just the bodega order.
Oh yeah. It's been like building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in your past episode, you guys talked about her documentary musical thing.
Oh, that.
Yeah. That was a bit cringy.
Right. I think that's where a lot of the hate is coming from, because she was like, she wanted Derek Huff for the movie, and she was being, super ignorant and being like, why is his wedding more important than my movie? So that's where I get it.
That's crazy. The clip that I saw that cracked me up, and people were comparing it to like, I don't know if you've seen that Nick Kroll sketch, but when like they're going over the list of people who like declined to be in the movie, I just that and the fact that they kept it in there I thought was I don't know.
It was the whole documentary. You could tell that the editors were trying to spin the story to make her look more favorable, but it just like they didn't have the footage, I suspect. Or J.Lo was like, oh, you should keep this in. It makes me look like a sympathetic character. And like, it's just every decision's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's gotten into her.
But it's just Jenny from the block.
I'm a lamb. So I love Mariah Carey. So any chance for J.Lo slander, I'm just like, yeah, it's karma.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on Minimum Rage, for taking time out of your Saturday to chat with us. Can you tell everyone where we can find your podcast, your socials?
Yeah, you can find us at Late to the Party with Nikki and Bri on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you podcast. We are the Late to the Party pod on Instagram, and if X is still really a thing, LTTP pod. But yeah, check us out. And thank you so much for having us,
Yeah,
Grace
thank you for
and
having us.
Jocelyn.
Yeah, it was so nice meeting you guys and chatting.
It's nice to meet you too.
Come on, late to the party.
Yeah, we'd love to
I
have
know,
you
I'm
guys.
like, maybe we should do a Just Jocelyn episode. It would be really fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah, crossover episodes everywhere. Jocelyn, you might have to watch some movies.
No, I know. I know. I will. But you have to tell me beforehand, and I have some research.
We'll show you the way. We'll treat you to a rom-com, maybe a J.Lo
Yeah.
rom-com.
J.Lo Part 2.
That'd be awesome. Yes.